Reporting live from Hyper's Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba.
The First Amendment is first for a reason.
Free speech in America now appears to come at a cost. In the aftermath of conservative Charlie Kirk being shot during a college visit in Utah, some who would publicly praise his shooting or who would speak ill towards Kirk and his family have been fired from their jobs across the country. The response to terminate those who have mocked Kirk's shooting has added friction between the right and the left, as one party feels that it's wrong to celebrate Kirk's passing, while the other party feels they have a right to dishonor someone who, according to them, has said many hateful things. This recent sweep of Charlie Kirk critics being fired from their jobs has now reached one of our most notable figures, host Jimmy Kimmel of Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC. Things would first take place on Monday after Kimmel would address Charlie Kirk's shooting and the suspected gunman's political affiliation. Kimmel will go on to say, "We hit some new lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can do to score political points from it." Now, despite many online suspecting that Kirk's shooter, Tyler Robinson, was a part of MAGA, after seeing that he had a conservative family, reports would surface that Robinson in recent years had more leftist ideologies. Kimmel's statement would be viewed as irresponsible and sick. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, who happens to be a Republican, would be one of the first top executives to publicly speak out about Kimmel's statements. For those who don't know, the FCC is an agency within the United States government who regulates communications across radio, television, wire, satellite, and cable services to ensure a competitive and innovative market that benefits the public. Without a license from the FCC, a show cannot be legally broadcasted. So the following day after Kimmel's comments, Carr, who is one of 5 chairmen of the FCC appointed by the president, would condemn Kimmel's words. It appears to be one of the sickest conduct possible. In some quarters, there's a very concerted effort to try to lie to the American people about the nature of one of the most significant, newsworthy, public interest acts that we've seen in a long time. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct and to take actions on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. Now, soon after Carr's statements, Nexstar, a media company with the largest station group in the country, would announce that they would stop broadcasting Jimmy Kimmel Live. Now, with a seemingly threat from the FCC and Nexstar making their announcement, Disney and ABC would decide to suspend Kimmel as an attempt to save the show from more trouble. For some, Kimmel's recent suspension aligns with the fear of U.S. citizens losing their First Amendment, which guarantees that the government cannot interfere with 5 fundamental rights: freedom of religion, speech, the press, the right to assemble peacefully, and the right to petition the government. Now, comedians have become the one group who has always tested the limits of free speech, and Dave Chappelle has stood at the forefront. A part of the many responses to Jimmy Kimmel being pulled off the air, Chappelle has seemingly responded while making an announcement of his own. Over on his Instagram page, Chappelle released a clip of himself from his 2019 Mark Twain Prize speech. And interesting enough, it appears to be his response, or more so warning, about the First Amendment amidst Kimmel's controversy.
The First Amendment is first for a reason. The Second Amendment is just in case the first one doesn't work out. We gotta let some air out of the ball, man. The country's getting a little tight. It doesn't feel like it's ever felt in my lifetime. No matter what our government or our media says.
For his caption, he would write, "Remember the good old days at the Kennedy Center. Coming home to DC October 10th. Follow Yellow Springs Firehouse." From the looks of Ticketmaster, Chappelle is now planning on a one-night-only show in his hometown of DC at Capital One Arena. The move can be assumed to come from the recent climate of politics, Jimmy Kimmel, and more. So it is expected that Chappelle will share an even deeper response surrounding this current controversy. Tickets have already sold out. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you think Jimmy Kimmel's statements is protected by the First Amendment, or is the FCC right to have shared concerns to what he would say about Kirk's shooting? Stay today for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoy content like this, check out hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full interviews and more original content. And if you have a story you think we should cover, send us a message now at hyperalerts.com. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Appa.